The film begins by showing a couple who are both tourists. The girl's name was Hader, who had come to Australia with her group to visit. But they slept for a long time, so the group left them and went away. Taking advantage of this, these people come to the seashore so that they can have the shark edge experience. That is, they will be put in a cage and left in the water, and they will get the experience of seeing the shark very closely. Now, the man to whom they had come was named Tucker, and he had named this shark experience as Tucker Experience. He was not there at the moment, so both of them went to one of his friends who said that Tucker wants to rest for a few days, that is why he will not take you for the experience. But in the meantime, Tucker himself comes. He was looking very enthusiastic. He says, "How can I not take you like that? I will definitely make you both have the experience." After which he made both of them sit in the boat and went to the sea. He tells them that in childhood I survived a shark attack. That means I survived, and its marks are still on my body. After telling this, he also shows them those marks. He said that from that day onwards, I developed a strange attachment with sharks. Hearing this, Hader says, "I can understand how difficult this job must be for you. It must have been a very scary experience for you. You survived a shark attack, and now you have to work among them. If there was any other person in your place, he would never have even seen the sea." On this, Tucker said, No, it is not the shark's fault." Well, now he throws blood in the sea, and both of them are put in a cage and left in the water, due to which many sharks come around them, and this is their experience of shark's age, in which they enjoy seeing the shark so closely. They were also happy with the fact that until the person does not panic and gets scared, the shark does not get angry nor attacks. Both of them come out of the water happily. They were about to leave after thanking Tucker when he shows his true colors. Suddenly, he stabs Hader's friend in the neck and throws him back into the water. Seeing this, Hader starts screaming loudly for help. But there was no one to hear her voice in the middle of the sea. And now Tucker starts looking at her with a devilish smile. What did Tucker do to her? This is not shown for the time being, and the scene shifts. This time we see an American girl who is the main character of the story and whose name is Jeff. She surfs in the sea. She runs on the waves of the sea with the help of a surfboard. After which she goes to the gas station in front, where she meets a boy who is an agent. Her car was not starting. That is why she needs help. Now Jeff has a big camper in which she lives. But still she was not ready to help him because she likes to stay away from people. But when the agent boy kept insisting, Jeff was forced to help him. She took him in her van to give him a lift. During this time, they talked so much that they started liking each other. They became friends because both of them liked surfing very much. They wanted to spend more time together. That's why both of them stayed in the van outside the boy's house and spent a good time together. Meanwhile, Jeff's friend threw out a piece of cloth which was used to fit the surfboard. Now Jeff's friend had become completely serious about this relationship. That's why he tells Zuffer that we should live together, because I think we have met for some reason. But Jeff's habit was different. She does not want to stay at one place always. She did not even go inside his friend's house. The boy goes inside the house alone to cook food, and by the time he came back, Jeff had taken the van and left, which broke the poor guy's heart. While he was still missing her, Jeff goes straight to the beach to surf. Now she had to put fins on the surfboard. But her friend had thrown away the fins. That's why she starts looking for fins in the truck parked nearby, which was Tucker's truck, which now comes from behind. Now he gave her the fins, but in the conversation, he also makes her reveal important things, like whether she is alone or with someone, because only after this he will make his next move. Like he made Hader and his friend reveal that their group left them. But Zuffer does not answer his words properly. That's why he gets irritated and leaves from there with his truck. Just then Zuffer got a message from his same friend, who was saying that we both should meet. Now Zuffer also wanted to call him, but suppressing his feelings he refused. And this was his biggest mistake, because then Tucker comes from behind and catches him, and after making him unconscious, starts taking him with him. He had kept Zuffer in the car. After traveling a long distance, he puts him in the boat, and himself goes into the sea. The next morning his friend also reaches there. But he could not see Zuffer anywhere. Only his van was parked. He calls on his number. Then the ring was also coming from inside the van. Actually, Tucker showed cleverness here also. He threw the surfboard somewhere and left it inside the van so that everyone would think that Zuffer has died by drowning. On the other hand, when Zuffer regains consciousness, she finds herself in the room below the boat. Her mouth was bandaged and her hands were tied to the bed, on the bed next to which Hader was tied. Not understanding the situation, Zuffer started screaming loudly, but in the middle of the sea, there was no one to listen to her. And Hader also explains this to her. Zuffer started looking for something to open the handcuffs, such as hairpins or sharp objects. But they did not have any such thing. Then Jeff's eyes fell on the wall in front where a girl's name was written. Seeing it, she became numb for a moment because Jeff understood that some girl was tied here before her, who wrote her name on the wall after losing hope when she was sure that she would not be able to escape. Now Zuffer tries everything to get free. But Hader does nothing and just lies down because she has already done everything. So she lay down tired and defeated. Meanwhile, Tucker was sitting above and catching fish comfortably. Jeff asks Hader, "Will someone be looking for you?" Hader tells that a boy was with me.
He just had to find me.
But something very bad happened to him on this boat. Hearing this, Jeff guessed that Tucker must have killed him too. Then Hader asks her, "Will someone come to find you?" Zuffer replies, "They could have come, but now they will not come." But his friend was still thinking about her. He started to get confused once again. Then he sees that Jeff's band is being taken away. He finds it very strange. He thinks that this is Jeff's house. Where would she be living without him? His worry keeps increasing. That is why he goes straight to the police station, and from there he starts looking for Jeff. On the other hand, after struggling all night when Jeff did not get free, she sat there in despair. Then she notices that there is a wire in the clothes that Hader is wearing. She is about to open the handcuffs with a wire when Tucker brings bread and water for them. Now, because the whole room was very hot, Hader quickly takes the water and drinks it. But seeing the way she was hiding herself with the sheet, Tucker starts getting suspicious. But before he can remove the sheet, Zuffer turns her attention towards himself by saying that, "Give me my food. I am very hungry." She also drinks the water quickly. Tucker also leaves from there after scaring her a bit. After his departure, Zuffer again tries to open the health chain. But then her eyes start closing because Tucker had mixed anesthesia in the water, and now before that she gets free, she gets caught, with which both of them fainted. When Zuffer regains consciousness, she finds herself on the upper deck, tied to a chair. While in front, Hader was tied to a strap, that is, to hang from a belt, etc. Duck had also set up a camera in front to record everything, and he was calling all this a shoot. Here he cuts Hader's hair and starts talking nonsense to him. He says that God is not above, but below, inside the water. That is, he was calling sharks God. He also says that sharks are not bad, but humans are bad. They are the ones who kill them. After this, he puts blood in the water, due to which sharks also come, and with the help of a rope, he leaves Hader in the water. Now there was blood. Hader was struggling from above. That is why the shark got angry. It attacks her badly and tears her body apart and separates the upper part from the lower, due to which she dies a painful death and records her death in his camera. But seeing all this with his own eyes, Zuffer got terrified. While crying, she also writes her and Hader's name on the wall. Then he notices that there are not just one or two girls' names written here, but many girls' names, whose names were hidden after being petted. Which means that Tucker is not only a mad person, but he is also a serial killer, and he has made many tourist girls as victims and killed them brutally. The proof of this were many tapes kept above in which the deaths of all those girls were recorded, and on each tape there was hair of the dying girl. New tape of Hader is added to these, and the next one was to be Zuffer. In the sea we see what is left of Hader's body. Let's see the part floating, which is a very painful scene. Jeff's friend was still wandering on the beach after surfing, where he found Jeff's surfboard, which increases his trouble further. He thinks that all his stuff is nearby. Then where is Jeff? At night, Tucker came down again with water and bed for Jeff. But Jeff, who is full of anger, kicks the tray and drops it and says in his face that you think yourself a shark, right? But you are not a shark, you are a worm. Just a worm. Crazy worm. Hearing this, Tucker left from there in anger. Now Jeff breaks the bucket lying there with the help of which he had made a pointed weapon because he knew that Tucker would definitely come again. Now Jeff had not drunk water, so Tucker goes to give him an injection of unconsciousness. As soon as he came near, Jeff inserts that pointed weapon in his neck, due to which he falls back. Jeff quickly takes the key and unlocks himself and starts running from there. But by then Tucker also succeeded in injecting her leg. She ran up. She asked for help through the radio. But there was no response from the other side. Then she saw a boat in front. That is why she started shouting loudly, so that their attention was drawn towards it, but a party was going on in that boat. So it was very difficult for the voice to reach there. In the meantime, Tucker also comes up. Seeing him, Zuffer picks up his camera. He was getting very worried about the camera. So Zuffer throws it in the water. After which, she herself jumps into the water, with the hope that she will reach the boat in front.
But in the middle, she faints.
Then Tucker catches her again and brings her back and ties her to the boat once again. Now obviously he did not have a camera, so how would he record Zuffer? And if he cannot record his death, then obviously he will not kill him either. Thinking this, Zuffer made the whole plan. That is why now Tucker comes back to the shore so that he can bring a new camera. Tying Zuffer in the boat, he leaves with the truck. Meanwhile, the police is also searching for Zuffer. But his friend was still not at peace. That is why he sits in his car and starts watching the CCTV footage of the parking lot, in which he sees Tucker's truck near Zuffer's truck. Seeing the logo of Tucker Experience on it, he searches a bit, and after getting the correct address of that place, he finally reaches that boat. As he came inside, he heard Zuffer shouting from downstairs. That is why he quickly broke the door and came inside and finally reaches Zuffer. She was happy to see him, at the same time. She was also surprised that how did he reach me without any clue? Although this thing is impossible, especially when I had left him and he did not know anything about me. But what her friend had said had come true, that we have met for a special purpose. Zuffer tells her to quickly go upstairs and bring something so that I can be free and quickly call the police. Now his friend started going up while making a call, but unfortunately Tucker came upstairs and caught him. The police had already been called, but before he could say anything, Tucker breaks his phone. Then he beats him and injures him. But somehow Jeff's friend also attacked and beat him and was about to kill him by strangling him when Tucker's friend comes from behind and attacks him because he himself did not know how bad a person Tucker is and what he does. When he sees Jeff screaming, he understands everything, but what is the use because it was too late. Tucker puts a hook in his head, due to which he died on the spot. Tucker thought that it would not be right to stay on the shore. That is why he started going to a deserted island with a boat, and he tied Jeff's friend on the bed next to Jeff. His friend was about to speak his heart out to Zuffer when Tucker arrives and brings both of them up because he had decided that he would have to kill one of them to record a tip today. He throws his friend's body in the water, which attracts the sharks, and then with the help of a rope, he lowers Zuffer's friend into the water as well. Although the sharks were very close to him, they could not harm him because he did not get scared at all by obeying Zuffer. He remained calm. If he got scared and started to struggle, then he would have definitely been attacked. Now that he was absolutely right, Tucker takes him out and brings him back to the boat to try another method. This time, he made many cuts on the body of Zuffer's friend and then left him in the water. That means now his chances of survival are very less. But then Tucker Zuffer notices the helicopter coming there, which was searching for Zuffer. That is why he takes both of them down again and ties them up. Now his friend's life was saved from the shark. But his condition was very bad. He could have died due to bleeding. Seeing his condition, Zuffer tries very hard to take his hand out of the handcuffs, but it is of no use. Now she could not think of anything else. She breaks her thumb so that she can take her hand out. But even then the hand does not come out. Then she did something even more dangerous. She separated the rest of the thumb with her teeth. Although he suffered a lot, but now he is free. Then Tucker also comes here. To make him unconscious, she dodges him and goes out of the room. She locks him inside. But Tucker was very clever. He knew another way to get out. Coming up, Zuffer starts the boat. but Tucker comes out of the room and shuts down the entire system. Now there was no other way. That is why she clashes with Tucker. After fighting him for a long time, she jumps into the water to go to the island in front where the wedding was going on. But she had a lot of trouble because her hand was bleeding. There was a shark in the water, and Tucker was also coming from behind with a small boat. Despite this, she tries her best to come out of the water to the island. But before she could do anything, Tucker comes from behind and catches her. Once again, he makes her unconscious and brings her back to the boat. He realized that the biggest danger is not his friend, but Zuffer. So this time he made his friend sit on a chair and hung Zuffer with the help of steps. Just then a big white shark came there, due to which the other sharks go away from there. Today's show is going to be very big, seeing which he was very happy and shocked because in childhood he was also attacked by a white shark, and now without wasting any time it leaves Zuffer in the water. But Zuffer was relaxed, so he still survived. Then he started provoking the shark by hitting it with a spear. Then Bala mistakenly goes to Zuffer and she gets free and goes into the water, where she sees the white shark very closely. Now the shark does come close to her but goes away without causing any harm. Although her hand was bleeding, Zuffer sees that there is a cut mark on the shark too, which means that he is also a survivor of the shark. He is not a survivor of any animal but of humans. That is why in this film humans are called dangerous animals. That means dangerous animals who kill animals mercilessly. They do not even see that they are not causing any harm to humans. Now seeing this, Zuffer once again got courage, and she climbs on the boat again. She attacks Tucker with a spear, due to which he falls into the water, and now the shark takes him away from there by holding him in its mouth. It starts eating him mercilessly. He dies a horrible death, and this time the best tape is made of Tucker himself. Absolutely perfect cute. But in the meantime Zuffer also falls into the water. Seeing this, her friend got very upset because he felt that she would also die, and he was also very sad. But somehow Zuffer came out again and took care of her friend because she is a very brave girl. Zuffer lights a flare and calls the boat passing by, which luckily sees them and comes to help. And in this way, due to his bravery, Zuffer saved his and his friend's life. And with this, the story of this film ends here.